Recently, we have seen a great societal shift towards women empowerment and the role they play in our community. Linda Sarsour is a foremost example of women working towards a better future. Growing up in the Bronx, she faced great adversity due to the religion she practiced and the scarf she wore on her head. After starting her own family and seeing the struggles her children faced, Linda dedicated her life to advocating for human rights and promoting understanding and acceptance towards the Muslim community. Linda Sarsour has inspired me to be comfortable in my own skin and embody my religion and all of the values it carries. Additionally, she inspired me to adapt a dichotomy of my American and my Muslim identity. She created a platform that allowed her to speak her mind and draw attention to unconventional topics of discussion. She changed the perception of the Muslim community for the better while advocating for diverse minority representation within the government. She is a paramount example of women making a difference. I aspire to have the same strength, confidence, and humility she so graciously carries. Remember, women are the future, and it is up to us to take the first steps towards change.
I find my hero in the women around me who have swept up the world in their hands to pave way for a place that we can call our own, and in those who work to change a world so desperately calling for help, and who fight that much harder to get past ordeals that have been ridiculed out of recognition by those who exact it, and who care endlessly for the life given to them born out of love, and even those thrust in their unconsenting hands. And the core essence of the word hero, in my eyes, holds value not in its supernatural connotation, but in how we see people in our lives overcome everything that pushes them back to move themselves and the people around them forward. And I find my hero in the women around me who have the power and the voice to make a change.
An influential woman in my life was my grandma, who I call Manny. She was raised without a lot of money or anything, and she really made her way through and worked her way all the way up. She had my mom when she was really young, so she didn't get a chance to go through all the steps that she wanted to get to where she is, and she was just able to do it by herself and without any other help. And recently she was diagnosed with breast cancer, so I've just seen her work her way through that, and it's really inspirational.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
The most heroic women in my life have been the ones that have instilled and reinforced the empowerment that education, intelligence, and wisdom has to offer. There are many people that feel intimidated or uncomfortable by women who strive for academic excellence. I've had my intelligence mocked and not taken seriously throughout school, and I always found it sad that people felt so inferior to women that are smart, that their only way to cope is through negativity. This discomfort is so unnecessary. However, I have two very significant role models in my life that I have met at Central that break these barriers. Mrs. Schumacher is one of the wisest ladies ever. She approaches every problem or task with cool logic and a level head. Her breadth of knowledge makes her an incredible conversationalist and a teacher. Her wisdom also makes her so compassionate. She has always made it a point to see how I was doing if something seemed wrong. I know students who found her wit and her attention to detail attributes of a bad teacher, but that's only because they are victims of the stereotype that women can't be intelligent. Another champion for intelligence is Mrs. Benjamin. Banj is not only one of the most sunshiny people ever, but she has such a passion for chemistry and teaching that people cannot help but enjoy her class. A special reason why she's so cool is that she consistently inspires a new generation of females to enter the STEM fields. She inspired me to do that because of her immense capability, knowledge, and love for chemistry. I knew that I could do it too. She is living proof that women can do anything, solve anything, understand anything. Intelligence and education are very important to me. They serve as core values in my life, and I'm so lucky to have had some of the world's most wise and brainy people to help me along the way.
So my feminism hero is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, because she's one of the Supreme Court justices in our government, and pretty much why she's my hero is because while studying at Harvard University, she raised her two kids with her husband, and even though her husband was very sick, he still tried to attend school, but even when he couldn't, she took all his notes for him, and basically had the job of two students by just her work. And even one of her professors at university asked her why she thinks she should be there more than a more worthy male, and her response was, because I'm better and I'm more efficient and I can do more than what anybody else can because I'm a woman. And I very much have an experience with other people putting me down because I'm a female and because they think I'm less capable of things. And also, she was a large part of making same-sex marriage legal, and which is also like a huge part now of our society and social justice rights, and like was a huge step forward for like our community. And I'm really glad to like this year's theme is for feminism, because like so often women are put down because many people think they're less capable of stuff. And I like constantly when I'm at work, I'm always asked, do you need help? Do you need help carrying this? And like I'm very much somebody who hates asking for help, because I feel that I need to prove myself worthy.
Hello, a woman that inspires me is Malala Yousafzai. At just 21, she's one of the world's lead women activists, and after her tragic story of her being shot multiple times in the head, she taught me that endurance and a positive mindset can achieve almost anything. Her book, I Am Malala, and her many programs in educating impoverished areas and women and children across the world helps me understand that no matter what you go through life, you can always recover and help others from your own story. And her own story inspires me almost every day and teaches me that if I go through any obstacles or any hardships, there's nothing that I can't recover from, and my story can help other people around me in their pursuits. And I think now women and empowering them and their education is so important, because there's so many areas in the world where women aren't given proper access to education or the proper utilities to enhance their outreach and enlightenment. And I think what she's doing sets a really good example that at any age it's possible to share your story and help others just like you. And I think education is so important right now, and she's the perfect example that anything is possible for women or anyone at any age.